Greetings everyone, it is me Shadow Leon 659 once again, and today I would love to talk about a criminally underrated, overlooked and underappreciated psychological crime horror thriller film from director Renny Harlin of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger and The Long Kiss Goodnight fame. That deserves more attention than it deserves. Just like Detox with Sylvester Stallone, it also got screwed over by the studio, ignored by most audiences, and was barely marketed. I do think it's a vastly underrated gem, as I mentioned earlier. So what is the plot about? The plot is about a group of FBI trainees who are sent to a remote island for a simulation training. However, once they arrive, they soon discover that they are being hunted by a deranged serial killer who might be hiding amongst them. I think that Renny Harlin's direction for the film is pretty good for what it's worth, especially when it comes to the way certain camera angles look. The setting on the isolated island facility gives that nice sense of dread, loneliness and claustrophobia. After all, the facility itself does look very creepy, and I loved how it takes place during winter. Thomas Cantenley's, sorry for mispronouncing that name, score gives the film some well-deserved suspense. LL Cool J does give a great performance as Gabe Jensen, who is a pretty skillful, resourceful, and charismatic protagonist who the other characters don't trust. Catherine Morris also gives a pretty good performance as Sarah Moore. The rest of the other cast, like Johnny Lee Miller, Patricia Valesquez, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, Clifton Collins Jr., Will Kemp, Christian Slater, and Val Kilmer, despite his limited screen time, also give good performances in their respective roles. Speaking of, I thought Christian Slater's JD was going to be the film's protagonist the first time I saw this film, only for him to get killed off pretty quickly. And I honest to God thought that Val Kilmer was gonna be the film's main antagonist because of his limited screen time, and to my surprise, he was not. The kills are pretty intense and gruesome for what they are, and wouldn't be out of place in Seven and Saw, especially when JD, who gets killed by being sprayed with liquid nitrogen until he breaks into pieces, the woman who smokes a cigarette laced with acid, and Harris, who gets strung up to the ceiling. Overall, I do quite enjoy this film for what it is, and it deserves more attention. But I enjoy Detox more than this, so if you're wondering how I'm going to rate this movie, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So, what do you guys think of Detox? Let me know in the comments section down below, and thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content. Shadow Leon 659 signing out. Goodbye and take care.